Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the best elderflower cordial. You're never going to need to buy it again. It's super, super easy. All we have here is a couple of lemons. I'm going to use both for zest now in the infusion, and then we're going to use the juice later. And I've got some sugar, about, I'll put amounts in the description, but I think I've got about 250 grams here for this, but it's kind of eyeballing it. If we need more later, we'll use it. And a big handful of beautiful elderflower that I picked yesterday from Richmond Park. I was walking past it, I saw some growing. I'll put a little video about where I saw it and how to find it as well. It's super easy. Trust me, there'll be some close to you. So I picked a good handful of this yesterday, and then we'll use this, and you can see it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. It smells fantastic. And yeah, so that's what we're going to use today. So first things first is all we're going to do is we're going to start by infusing all of this elderflower into the water. That's going to take a few hours. Oh, I probably made a mistake here by putting a bit too much water in, but the more the better. So we're just going to put the elderflower in there. We're going to infuse that overnight, but we are also going to do that very quickly with a couple of shavings. If I can find my, okay, I'll just take the knife. So what we're going to do is use a couple of nice little bits of lemon zest as well. They're going to go in there, and that's going to really help add that beautiful flavour in. Not too much pith, just a bit of lovely lemon zest in there. Probably about the zest of one lemon. Whoa, R.I.P. lemon. We'll get that one later. We'll get that in here, and this will be gorgeous. Yeah, I'm rubbish at peeling with a paring knife. I know. Put way too much pith in there, but it's fine. It'll be gorgeous. Lovely. So there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to leave that for at least a couple of hours. It's better overnight. Have that steeping in the water. And then I'll show you what to do, and we'll cut back to it afterwards. Here we are. So I've left it just for a couple of hours. I'll do it overnight if I was had a bit longer, but I've already made it a little bit before, like a week ago, so I don't need too much. So I'm going to leave it just for a few hours. No, it doesn't look the most appealing. I know it looks a little bit like dishwater, but I can promise you it smells absolutely fantastic. And what you can see is the water is now like that slightly beautiful, like honey yellow colour from the lemon and from all the elderflower. So that's exactly what you want, and it's going to be fantastic. So next stage is we're going to move all this out of the way. I'm going to start boiling it. Instead, let's do this a bit more carefully. I'm going to keep walking in front of the camera. I'm an absolute amateur. So let's get this out of the way. Now, we just strain it first thing. So yeah, so we need to filter this. I'm going to use the very high-tech method of a funnel and a coffee filter. The reason why we want to filter it is firstly, we're going to get all the actual elderflower out, but also there's a lot of bugs that end up in here. Not massive ones, you can't see them when you pick them. I try and, I shake them off and try and relocate all of those, but you'll see there's a lot of like little tiny, like aphid type things that come out. So obviously we don't want to be making those. We wanted this to be organic, but not quite that organic. So I'm just going to filter this through in a couple of stages, just in a coffee filter. To get this through, I may speed this up, obviously. There are definitely probably more high-tech ways of doing this, but it does look quite nice when you do it, though. So, it does look nice, just to give you a bit of a peek, a little show. So I'm just going to get this through, and then we'll come back. Then in with that, we're just going to go in with all of the sugar. So that's what we're going to go into. Along with the sugar and that, I want to use... I'm going to actually use a juicer here. So I also want the juice, I'll get it a bit of a dirty one, the juice of a lemon. I'm going to use the lemon, actually I'm going to use two lemons. I used the lemon we used earlier, and a new one. The lemon both adds a bit of that lemony flavour, but it also acts as a preservative as well. That citric acid is really, really good. You can use added citric acid, a lot of recipes do, but once again, I'm not trying to store this for years. This might last me a couple of months or something like that. So I don't need to use that much acid. And that lovely bit of lemon juice added into that will be perfect. And no pips, seeds. Yes, good, success. So let's get that boiling, and then let's come back to it. Nearly made a mess. It's fine. We're good. And also, I can use a wooden spoon just to make sure this all dissolves nice and evenly. You could add more or less sugar depending on how thick you want it. I'm actually going to boil it down a bit at the end, because I like it quite thick and concentrated, so I don't have to use very much in something. But some people like it a lot thinner. Just in case, just leave it more liquidy, add a bit more water. You are your own chef here, so it's completely up to you. See what you think. But I'm going to make it fairly thick, so it might take a while to reduce down. Okay, so I have reduced mine down beautifully here. It's very dark and very thick now. I think a lot of people probably wouldn't want to reduce it down this much. I've also managed to make a big mess and get it all over my countertop, so maybe that wasn't the genius move of the century. But now we can decant it. So I've got a nice jar here that I've sterilised and boiled. So I'm just going to pour it in. And there we go. You see how thick that is now. It's a beautiful syrup, and it smells absolutely phenomenal. Now look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that colour. Maybe there you can. It's a beautiful amber colour. And that is fantastic. That's going to last in the fridge. The way I've done it, probably 2 to 4 weeks. If you're making it for a present, I'd do it for a lot longer. And yeah, it would last for ages if you had that sterilised and did it in a proper canning method with a jar. Here we go. Make it into a beautiful little drink, just with a spoon. Pour a little bit in, not too much. Let's do it from the side you can see it, so I'm a really professional YouTuber. So, tablespoons worth. Just topped it up with water. Look at that colour, absolutely stunning. Now I have to turn it around because that is just absolutely fantastic. You will never want to buy elderflower again. It's so good. 3 ingredients, fantastic. Look at that colour, stunning. Enjoy.